What's up guys, and welcome back to another video on the MF Automotive YouTube channel, and today I bring you a review on this, the all-new 2023 Honda CR-V. Now the reveal of any car for me is a momentous occasion and I want to get the chance to film it right away, but I usually have to wait a year because all the persons in the States get it first, then it gradually makes its way over here to Canada. But luckily for me, the new CR-V is built right here in Canada, meaning one of my local dealers, Maple Honda, was able to get them in super fast. So really, a big thanks to them for lending me this one to film. They also have like a bunch of these things for sale at the moment, so if you're in the market for one, kindly check them out with the link provided in the description box below. I will greatly appreciate it. So with that, let's move on to the review. This newer CR-V represents the 6th generation of the immensely popular nameplate, first debuted back in '96 for the North American marketplace. This new one, however, is not only longer, wider, and more spacious on the inside, but it's finally available with a hybrid powertrain, which was previously exclusive to the States only. With that, let's talk about trim levels, and note that trim levels and certain features do vary based on where you are. So in the US, the CR-V is, at the time of this filming anyway, only available in EX and EXL trims, as the hybrid trims are yet to be announced. These can be had in front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive form, basically across the range. The EX starts at $31,000 US, while the EXL tops out at $34,999 US. Canadian model sees 4 trim levels instead. We have the LX, Sport, EXL, and Touring, with all but the base LX being front-wheel drive. The LX front-wheel drive starts at $34,800 Canadian, but it can also be equipped with all-wheel drive as well. And the range-topping Touring model tops out at $48,809 Canadian. The trim shown here is the Sport and is what I believe to be the sweet spot in the range, considering you get things like black accents around the outside, leather-covered surfaces, and a heated wheel amongst other things. The Sport will also be available in the States, but only in hybrid form, as in Canada, the only way to opt for the hybrid is the top-of-the-line one. And while you may be compelled to go for something other than the base, the LX and EX come with some compelling features. LED lights, blind spot monitoring with rear cross traffic warnings, Android Auto CarPlay integration, heated seats, push start, and a host of Honda driver assist features. The EX actually offers some additional features which we don't get in the LX here, like a sunroof and 18-inch alloy wheels. Under the hood, the new CR-V features a familiar power plant, a turbocharged 1.5-liter inline-4, which is a carryover from the previous one, although Honda says they have updated it to deliver more performance and better efficiency. That means it delivers 190 horsepower and right around 180 pound-feet of torque, still made it to a CVT, and all trim levels get this engine transmission except the Touring, which can only be had in a hybrid configuration, meaning it gets the larger 2-liter 4-cylinder, which produces 204 horsepower and right around 250 pound-feet of torque. Fuel ratings for these engines are as follows. On the outside, Honda has taken the Civic approach by simplifying the styling to better suit their newer design direction. Gone is the roundish and somewhat muscular design of the previous generation in favor of a more streamlined one. In the front, the lights are now skinnier and fully LED, basically across the range. The grille is larger, which looks great, and combined with the skinnier lights allows for a more meaner look. We also get a black grille on this Sport trim, going with those black accents again, and the side profile follows the traditional SUV silhouette with a single character line and these black 18-inch wheels. The handles are also a one-piece design this time around, making them blend in better with the overall design, and black mirrors continue the black theme associated with this Sport trim. In the back, the tall, stacked taillights make a comeback as they are an attribute of the CR-V, but the lights are no longer fully LED back here as they were before. At least I believe they were, or not fully LED, but we did get turn signals that were. We also have a power tailgate, which is standard on Sport models and up. Moving on, inside reveals an interior much like the new Civic, which is a plus because the new Civic's interior is very good. Materials are decent for the most part, with the majority of high-touch areas being soft and this textured trim running around the entire entirety of the cabin. The infotainment up top is the basic unit and features both a volume and tuning knob along with some shortcut keys down below. It also features an auto CarPlay integration and a backup camera with rear cross traffic warnings, which on the Touring also gives you the chance to spray it with a washer when dirty. Sensors are also available in higher trims. Climate controls can be found moving further down, allowing you to operate them without looking, and they are indeed done very good with crisp graphics and knobs that make a satisfying noise with every turn. 3 driving modes available at your disposal: normal, eco, and snow, while the top-of-the-line hybrid Touring gets an additional sport mode. The gauge cluster may appear digital at first, but it's actually digital on the tax side, while the speed display is still analog. The display is not customizable per se, but it does offer some neat information like how many passengers you have that are not buckled up, trip info, and more, including service information. In terms of storage, we have a cubby which sits in front of the gear selector, which on higher trim levels also features a wireless charging pad and wireless auto CarPlay integration. The console between the front seats is also sizable to fit items you would bring with you like your cell, wallet, and etc. However, it doesn't feature any ports, just padded storage space. 2 USB ports also sit just above the storage space I mentioned before, with some physical buttons found by the gear selector. Up top, we have our moonroof and LED interior lighting as well. Something I found strange about this generation of Honda CR-V that it doesn't offer a panoramic sunroof. It was previously exclusive to Canada only, but even the Canadian model lacks what I think is a pretty important feature in this segment. Anyway, Honda also lists the CR-V as having ambient lighting, presumably to provide a relaxing atmosphere when dark, but I wasn't able to test it as I was filming during the day. Moving to the rear, where the texture, trim, and padded stuff found up front also moves back here as well. Normally, sometimes car companies will cheap out and they won't give you a nice trim that you found up front in the back, but it's nice to see that Honda hasn't gone down that route. There's not too much to talk about back here apart from the fact that higher trim levels will offer seat heating over here as well, but what these do is split in a 60/40 split by simply moving the lever found on the side, allowing you to move longer objects with ease. Speaking of storage room, with the new CR-V offers a power tailgate available on Sport and Up in Canada and EXL and Up in the States. It can be controlled via the remote, a button located on the inside, or from the exterior. Once the seats are folded down, you'll get 39.3 cubic feet of space with the seats up, and right around 76 cubic feet with them folded down. We also have a spare down below and 2 LED lights in the back to light up portions over here as well. With that, this review comes to an end. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.